Well, good morning. It's about 7:15 on, I think this is day 9. It's the day I get to go up and over Georgia Pass, which is exciting, but also a little intimidating because I am still struggling with the cold at night. I was up a lot last night and I went to bed at, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, really early. Woke up about 5:30 again this morning and just tired from coughing all night. So I sure hope that goes away soon. But I'm a day and a half from Breckenridge, and if I need to, I'll zero there. I'm not planning on it right now, but I'm gonna get some resupply, get an overnight in a room, shower, rest, town food, all that fun stuff. Laundry, very important, and then continue on my way. But so far, so good. I'm feeling good. I'm not achy. My foot's holding up, and the only thing that's really bugging me is my chest, which is critical because I need these lungs to get me up the hills. But I'm going. Keep going. Now that I'm out of the trees, it's a gorgeous morning, and I'm starting to get some views. Look at those mountains. I'm about a little over a mile from Georgia Pass. And unfortunately, even though I've been hiking for an hour or so, I'm real struggling to catch my breath with this cold. So I'm just going to take it real slow. It's killing me. I really should be going faster. But the good news is that I've gone further than I managed to go on the PCT this year. So that's a win. And I'm just going to keep plugging away till I feel better and can start making bigger miles. Well, there's my first snow on the Colorado Trail. I'm up above 11,000. Slept at 11,000 last night, heading up to 12 something before we crossed Georgia Pass. I have to say I had no idea what I was in for with the climb this morning, and this is really epic. It is so pretty. I could literally stand here for hours and just stare at these views. Not like home in Florida at all. Alright, I've just come over the high point. This is the other side. Looks like the absolute perfect place to take a break for a bit. So as you come down off Georgia Pass, the Colorado Trail intersects with the CDT, the Continental Divide Trail, for 380 some miles, I think. And I just met my first CDT hiker, so that was pretty awesome. And of course, for those folks who are hiking the CDT, they've got a lot more miles than I have to do here on the Colorado Trail. I don't know if I'll ever reach the point of wanting to do the CDT. I'd love to re-hike the Appalachian Trail and, of course, get back on the PCT and do that whole thing. So we'll see. Who knows what the future holds. There's some deer right through the woods there. I am so excited to see that little bit of sunshine. It's just before 7 a.m. and I am on my way to Breckenridge. I am out of breath already. Just am. It seems like it's a state of being for me. But I crashed yesterday at the campsite at about 2. I was gonna wait out some rain and I just literally fell asleep. And then it just rained and rained and rained. So I spent the night along with a bunch of other campers. It looks like, oh my gosh, probably over 100 hikers converging on Breckenridge, and I don't have a reservation yet. So fingers crossed I can find something in Frisco or in Breck when I get up to the top of the peak this morning. I have I think it's about a 2,000 foot climb over 34 miles, so hopefully manageable. Hopefully cell service up there, and then on down into town, which is going to be very welcome because everything in my tent is wet. Third night in a row, rain came up through the floor, so I'm going to have to rethink my polycro footprint and other arrangements and find a place to dry out. So I am definitely due for a recharge, a reboot, everything before I continue on to the next section of this trail. But I am excited. I'm going to cross 100 miles today, so that's pretty awesome. After I passed the last water for 10 miles yesterday evening, right before I camped, and the last water for 9 miles, a little ways back, I come across this beautiful little creek with a bridge. think that the guidebook and gut hook, now far out, probably need a little updating. It's been kind of frustrating on this trail because I'm carrying both the app on my phone and the the data book from the Colorado Trail Association, which I do think has been not updated in the past few years, but they're not in sync. It's very hard to get the real data on the trail right now because things just aren't matching up sometimes, so you have to just use your best guess and your intuition sometimes. All right, I am at the beginning of about 1,000-foot climb, and it's 1,000 feet over 2 miles. So generally things don't look nearly as bad in reality as they have been on the Far Out app. So I'm taking all of my fears about climbs with a grain of salt and just going slow, taking as many steps as I can, catching my breath, making sure I'm getting the oxygen to my muscles because they burn. And then when I'm good to go, I start walking again. Well, the peak of my early morning climb was pretty anticlimactic. In fact, so much so that I missed it. I was heading downhill before I realized it, and I didn't get any cell service. So I don't have a reservation in Breckenridge or Frisco. And I did get a tiny little blip up on a hill. It was just a couple miles behind me, not even that far, maybe a mile behind me. So I was able to call my boyfriend and plead for help, and he's making some calls, and hopefully we'll be able to find something for me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to camp outside of town on one side or the other, I think 3 to 5 miles out. I'm not sure. So not a good plan. Don't do as I do. I really should have made a reservation sooner, but not knowing how I was feeling and how fast I'd be hiking, I didn't want to book something and then have to try to cancel it with just minimal, sketchy cell service that's been around. So anyway, that's my situation today. It's my own making, and the good news is I am hiking downhill, lots and lots of downhill now, and should hopefully make it to town by mid-afternoon and at least be able to get some good food in me, which will be much, much appreciated, much needed. This is a long, long, long downhill hike into Breckenridge. And the trail has been pretty crowded today between all the Colorado Trail hikers heading into Breckenridge and CDT hikers that are heading north, and then bikers and section hikers. Yeah, this trail is getting a lot of use. You can see which part of the trail the bikers have been using. I don't know any hikers who are going to bank like that. There's a little baby chipmunk right there. I hope he's all right. Okay, little guy. Seems a little scared. I'm gonna go around. Well, look at that. I see a town down there. Guess I'm heading in the right direction. Well, there's Breckenridge. It spreads out that direction. Coming down this hill is kind of an assault to the senses after being in the woods for over a week. There's just all kinds of noises, construction noise, road noise, dogs barking, kids yelling, you name it. It's all just wafting up from down below, giving you a full warning that you're about to be in civilization. It's laundry day, and sadly the Bivvi didn't have laundry, so I had to walk a mile up here to the Breckenridge laundromat, and my clothes are getting clean right now. This is Breckenridge, and I'm heading back to the Bivvi. We're gonna pack up and then stop and get groceries on my way to the Bunk House Lodge, where I'm gonna stay for the next 2 nights to recover. So this is the Bivvi where I stayed last night. It's an old lodge style building. It is right off a bus line, but not the Summit Stage line on Main Street. So it took a little doing to get here. So this is the room with 6 bunks. You've got a shower through there and the sinks out here. Bunks. Top ones are really tall. So if you don't want to be that high, I would recommend asking when you check in or when you make a reservation. I was right down here. And you can see not a lot of room to dry gear. I had to hang some things here. And then also there's a little patio, which is a nice place just to hang out or have some privacy. But not much space again to hang wet gear. They do provide lockers here, which is nice one for each bunk, and then also some hooks so you can hang towels or whatever you need to, jackets, that sort of thing. This is the area I was offered last night to dry my tent. You can see it, not very safe. And of course when it's raining, rain comes right through there. So it is drier this morning, but not very dry. It'd be nice if they had a more dedicated spot. But that's all I had to work with.
Is that okay? Are you okay?
11 little puppies. So I really enjoyed my stay here at the bunk house. I've actually spent 3 days recovering from my cold and I'm feeling much, much better. Mitch and Alan are absolutely amazing, accommodating for everyone from LGBTQ to hetero to whatever you are. It's come as you are, be as you are. Great for hikers. They've got space for gear. I was able to do gear fixes, including trimming down my footprint and seam sealing my pack so my gear won't get wet. And they've just been helpful with everything, serve a great breakfast, lots of fun hikers, bikers, all kinds of people here, great to meet people and just completely chill, which was exactly what I needed. So I give this place a 10 out of 10. Come check out the bunk house. And if you're looking for a place that's more kind of upscale, stylish, and you don't need sort of through hiker trash type amenities, then, you know, the Bivvi might work for you, but unfortunately it just wasn't the right place for me.